Welcome to this Google Forms tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the steps you need to set up tests or quizzes for your students using Google Forms. First, you need to log into your Google Drive, and if you are a teacher, you need to log into the Google Drive that is assigned to you by your school domain. So make sure you are using the Google Drive that is assigned to you by your school. Okay, the first thing you need to do, you need to come here to New, click, go to More, and pick Google Forms. So you click on it, and here is your Google Form version 2016. The older version was a little different than this one. This is the new version. Now, before we continue, let's first define what is Google Form. Basically, Google Form is a tool that is part of Google Drive for creating surveys, tests, managing events, registrations, taking a quick opinion poll, collecting email addresses for newsletters, creating pop quizzes, and much more. Google Forms allows anyone to create an easy to use web form, tie it to a spreadsheet where they can track the results and post it on the web. Alright, now I'm just gonna show you something before we start working here. These are my forms. I put them all in the folder called Forms, and this is my 10th grade class. Here I have the computer science and the Islamic studies. As you can see here, I have all these forms, and these are the spreadsheets for the results of the tests. Let me just show you this one here. I'm gonna double click on it, and I'm gonna go to the view preview, and as you can see here, the student has to log in. The student has to log in before he continues, before he goes forward. So let me show you this. So I'm gonna put my name, last name, I'm gonna put my email, and here I'm gonna choose a term, and I'm gonna say this is term 3. Okay, and here this is where I pledge that I'm not gonna cheat, and I'm gonna put my initials here. Okay, so then I'm gonna click next, and when I click next, the questions will appear. Let's see, and there they are. As you can see, I have questions here. This is multiple choice test. When you have radio buttons like this, the student can only choose one answer, but when you have check boxes like this, the student can use more than one answer, and you can do more than that. You can do more than that. You can have even the students type a code. You can have them watch a part of a video and answer it. They can write, as we will show you in a few seconds. All right, then the student, when they finish, they submit, they click submit, and basically here I have it required, so I have to answer all these questions. I will show you how to do that. So let me close this, leave this page, leave this page. Okay, the first thing you need to do when you open your form, you need to come here and give it a title. Let's say we call it test 1, computer science, just something like that. All right, you can give your form a description if you want to. All right, and here comes the first question. The first question I'm gonna ask is gonna be a short answer, okay, which is for a text box, and I'm gonna say here the question here. I'm gonna say last name, for example. All right, then I'm gonna come here and say duplicate, and I'm gonna say first name. Okay, and I'm gonna say duplicate, and I'm gonna say here email, And here make sure the student provide his student email, not his personal email. The email that was provided to him by the school, not his personal email. Okay, because you need that to track the answers and to send grades to the emails if you want to do so. Okay, then I'm gonna create another short answer, and here I will say whatever I said here. Let me just copy that. I'm gonna come here and pick this one here, and I'm just gonna copy this, close it, bring it here, and paste it. Okay, now the student, if I leave the form like this and submit it to them, they can skip this if they want to, but I don't want them to skip this. I want to make this required. So how do I do it? I come here and say required. So I come back here and say required. So basically they have to answer this. They have to provide their last name, their first name, their email. They have to. So I come here and I say required. And I come here as well and I say required. Okay, so now here I want the students, after they fill out this, they go to another page where they see the test, where they can see the test or the quiz. So what I need to do, I need to come here and say add section. All right, now I have page 2. So here I'm gonna give this a title. So I'm gonna call it test 1 computer science. See if this is the same. Test 1 computer science, correct. Yeah, I want to keep it the same like here, so that students don't get confused, so they know they are still taking the test. So now the description I'm not going to provide, but here I'm going to click here and I'm going to say add a question. Here I have all these options. If I want the student to answer, just to pick one answer, okay, I use this, the multiple choice. I have checkboxes, drop down. I have grids, which you can use for when you take a review and stuff like that. I can add dates, a calendar. I can do a lot of things. Okay, I can put paragraphs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say multiple choice, keep the default, and I'm gonna ask a question and say what is computer memory, for example. And I come here and I'm gonna say computer, for example. Then I'm gonna add another option. So I click here and I say, for example, let's say it is what, give him another option, it is then I'm gonna put the third option here. It is a computer device that is capable to store information temporarily or permanently. All right, then I can come here. This is a typo. Okay, I can fix the typo and can say here none of the above, for example. All right, now if I come here and I say required, meaning the student cannot just skip the questions. He can go to the second question before answering this question, but he has to answer the questions before he submits the form. meaning he can't tell you after that, oh, I didn't see the question, or I was going fast and I didn't answer question 1, for example, or question 2. You can stop that basically by making everything required, so that before he submits he has to pick an answer. You can do that if you want to. Let me do something here. Let's do this here. Question 1, make this question 1 and go like that. Okay, now I'm gonna add another question. So add a question, but this time I'm gonna make it more checkboxes. Basically, it's the student here has the option to choose more than one answer. So I'm gonna write the question and call it question 2, and I'm gonna say what is computer, or what is HTML, for example, 5. Alright, and here I'll give the hint. I'm gonna add a hint. So I come here and add a hint. Basically here I'm gonna say choose all that apply. Alright, so the student know this is not like this. He can choose more than one answer. Alright, here he can only choose one answer, as we will see. We're gonna run this, but here he has to choose, he is able to choose more than one answer. Okay, I'm gonna say HTML5 is the last version of HTML. Okay, just an answer like that. And we can say HTML5 is a programming language invented by Microsoft, for example. And I'm gonna do this, throw another answer here. I'm gonna here say Google, and I'm gonna come here, and instead of saying that, I'm gonna say provide another correct answer. Say HTML5 is a hypertext language used to structure, okay, the content of a web page. And let's pick another one and say none of the above. For this here, for this question here, the student has the choice to pick more than one answer. Okay, is this required here? Yes, it is required. Let me see if this is required, and this is now required. Okay, let's preview this. I'm gonna preview it. Okay, here the test form launched. I'm gonna have to provide my last name. I'm gonna have to provide my first name. I'm gonna have to provide my email address. Okay, and I'm gonna scroll down, and here put my initials and click next. Okay, as you can see, test 1 computer science, test 1 computer science, it's clear. Alright, and this is to show that the answers are required. He has to answer. The student cannot just click submit before answering the questions, the whole questions. So I'm gonna pick an answer. So what is computer science? I'm gonna say it is a computer device, and here I can only choose one. Look, if I click the other one, this one will disappear, so there is only one choice. But this is different, I can choose more than one. Look, alright, but I'm gonna pick the right ones, and here you say this is required, you see. Alright, HTML is the last version. Yes, it is correct. And here is a hypertext language, and that is correct. And now I'm going to submit this form, and I'm going to click submit, and there it says your response has been recorded and it's submitted. Okay, let me go back here. All right, I forgot to show you this. This is very important. I need to, yes, choose a name for my, or choose a title for my form. I'm gonna call it Test Computer Science. All right, the difference is this is the title for your entire form, but this is the title for your test. It's very important that you name your form. You will find it in Google Drive later on with this name. All right, now I need to create responses. So I click here and I say create responses, and this is me right here. All right, now I'm gonna compare the answers of my students to my answers, and I'm gonna grade them based on that. In the future tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to add or to make this form a self grading form, but for now I'm just gonna show you how to make a test form and how to make spreadsheet responses. Okay, so let me close this. Let me close this, close all this. We go back here. This is the form now, and this is how you find it in your Google Drive. All right, mine, I put them in a folder. I'd like to be organized, and that's how you should organize your Google Drive. But you will find it here in the main window right here. So I'm gonna double click. All right, and I'm gonna show you how you can have the student access this form. So basically you're going to come here and you're gonna say get pre-filled link. Okay, you're gonna click on that and you're gonna come here to the Google Classroom. I'm gonna say classroom. This is my classroom, and I'm gonna show you how you can have the students take a test. So basically you will have all the students log into their Google Classroom, all right, and you're gonna create an assignment for them or a test. I usually do announcement because I remove it as soon as they are finished. So when I say test 1, and I'm gonna say here click the link to take your test, for example, and I'm gonna come here to this one here, to the link. Make sure you pick this one, you don't pick anything else, you pick this one, and I'm gonna paste the link. Oh, sorry, I guess I didn't take it. Which one it is? Yes, this is the one. And you're gonna come here and paste it like that, and you're gonna post it. Click again, post. All right, now the student, when they log in, or the students when they log into their Google Classroom, all they have to do is click here, watch, and it takes them there. All right, that's how you make them take a test. You can also post it in an email if you want to. I like to do it from the Google Classroom because I can track it, but the moment I finish, I come back here and I delete it because I don't want the students to mess with it. So I come here and I say delete, and it's deleted. The rest I leave. For example, these projects, and I leave them, but the link for my forms, I delete them. All right, now let me show you this here. All right, you can come to your form and do some changes. For example, I want to turn the form to green, and here it is green. I can also change the header. All right, this is headers that were provided from Google. you can choose from all these. All right, for example, if I want to change the header to this one, for example. All right, looks like it's a little slow. Let me go back here again. There it is. Okay, you see, this is how you change your header. Or if you have a picture, you can come here and say upload photos, and you can just select from your computer or drag and drop. It depends how you want to do it. For example, if you want to find the picture, good picture, it has to be certain size, 800 I believe by 200. I don't think I have any, but this is how you add pictures to your form, and this is how you change the theme and the headers to the form. I also wanted to show you something else that you can do with the form. For example, if you are a science teacher and you want to add an image and you want the students to answer the questions according to the image that you have, you can do that. You can come here, for example, you can say add a question, for example, and you say, let's say it's a science class. You say, for example, what are the organs, for example, shown in this picture, for example. All right, then here I'm gonna add an image. I'm gonna upload an image. I'm gonna scroll down, find the proper image, double click. All right, the image is uploaded. I can center it, I can push it to the right, push it to the left. I do whatever I want with it. And this is how I add pictures to the questionnaires here, or to the test, or to the quiz. You can also add a video to your form if you want the students to answer questions about certain parts of the video. You can add a video. All you have to do is come here, and basically you use YouTube for this purpose. I usually add videos from my Google Drive. I like to keep everything organized in my Google Drive, and therefore I don't use that option very often. I use the video in my Google Classroom. I'm gonna go scroll up and close this and preview it, and there it is. So all I have to do now is fill out my form and log in and start taking the test. So this is how you create quizzes and tests for your students using Google Forms. And with this we come to the end of this lesson. I would like to thank you for watching, and you have a good day.